Choose a job that you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. I think we've all heard that before, but I think it's bullshit. I love cooking, owning restaurants, and working with people every day, but it's very difficult at times. It's long hours, standing on your feet, doing repetitive tasks. It's late nights and early mornings. It's being behind the scenes, and it's a thankless job sometimes, but it's something that I truly love. It's something that brings me happiness every day, and it's a happiness that I can share. I love the fact that I can take raw ingredients. These ingredients are cinnabar chanterelle mushrooms, ones that I go into the wild and procure, and I can take these raw ingredients and create beautiful pieces of food which people can enjoy. These are Atlantic scallops. There's a little bit of kombucha and some other great things. I love the fact that I can create dishes that have one foot firmly planted in the roots of American culture and cuisine, and one foot in the here and now of what food can be. This is a Maryland blue crab soup. We're doing it with beer and Old Bay. What's more mid-Atlantic than that? I love the idea that I can use a cuisine to both nourish people's minds and nourish their bodies. I love the fact that cuisine can connect with everybody. We all need to eat, and we all need to share our food traditions and share what we love. I go and not only cook every day, but I always try to inspire others through food as I've been inspired in the past, as I'm inspired by so many. So I think that food is very powerful in that way, and that it's something that connects us, but it's something that we can use to really inspire people as well. So the wild ingredients that we get in our mid-Atlantic region are as beautiful as any in the world. And it's my job to capture these ingredients at the height of their excellence and present them for people to enjoy. These are ingredients which were actually grown in front of the restaurant, and they're ingredients that all have, everything has life and everything has purpose on a plate. And they're things that we can use to, these are also another local ingredient. This is the red rock crab. It's like our stone crab. People think of Delaware blue crab. Well, there's so many other ingredients that we can explore and put together with other local ingredients to create beautiful dishes that nourish people on many levels. I really love cooking because it keeps me really in touch with the seasons. There's nothing better than going in the fall after the first rain. It was a pretty dry summer this year. We had a storm come through, and for 2 weeks later, we had the most beautiful flushing of mushrooms, so many different types. And I think there's something special about taking ingredients and procuring them and presenting them. Often with social media, I use it to kind of curate the seasons and curate what is happening in the Mid-Atlantic region right now through what is being grown by farmers and what we present as well. So these are sea beans. This is another foraged ingredient. I really like foraging because I think it connects us with the past. It connects us with a time when it wasn't just going to the grocery store and using boneless, skinless chicken, which was just pumped in like plastic wrap and cellophane. It really connects us with different flavors. When I can go into the wild and use ingredients, then what I can do is I can, really let people taste something that is of our time, but not many people have tasted before. I love the fact that when you cook with the seasons, what you're doing is you are capturing a moment in time. I think there's nothing better than taking a bite of a tomato that's perfectly ripened by the sun and all of the energy of the summer is in it and you're really tasting it. There's a rule of cooking, and I think it applies to life. It's that whatever we put into it is what we get out. There's also a rule of cooking is that I could take a tomato, which is not in season. I can put sugar with it and salt with it. It might taste good, but it won't actually be a tomato. So part of my job as a chef is to let the ingredients really sing and be what they are. This dish captures the springtime to me. This dish is when we've come out of the long, cold winter and into the rebirth and into life. This dish has fiddlehead ferns and nettles and garlic and all kinds of really wonderful spring ingredients that I love. So it always hasn't been easy. This is something that kind of called to me. When I was younger, I actually remember my first spelling test, and I was in first grade, and I spelled jump wrong, and I spelled frog wrong, and they tested me for learning disabilities, and immediately I was put into slower classes. I was labeled. The slower classes were slower. Some of the kids were disruptive, and I accepted those. I accepted the learning disability. I made it my own. And part of my tactic was avoidance. I would only focus on the things that I was really, really good at, and the other things I wouldn't make friends with. I would be resistant to, and you can't learn when you're resistant to things. You need to embrace things and make things your own and make things your friends. So this is a Cleveland market radish. This radish is an heirloom variety radish, and this radish is something that hasn't been cooked in this area for a long time, but the seeds have been passed down. And I love the fact that in a restaurant, I can use these radishes and create things that people can taste and people can enjoy and connect with. And I've used the learning disabilities that I have, the ADD, as attributes, as assets to me, because these, when you choose something that you can really connect with and that you love, it's easy for you to share that love with other people. I love the fact that we can take technique. This is a new technique we created. We actually took seaweed, hydrated it, dehydrated it, and fried it, and made a puffed seaweed chip as a garnish. So I love the fact that we can forage new places and go to new places with food. This is a black carrot. We fermented this for 45 days at 135 degrees. Something has deep sweetness and umami, so it's creating new flavor profiles with what people have done in the past. And there's the radish dish from the heirloom, which is nice. So other things that I love, being labeled was very difficult. I got done with high school and did what I thought was expected of me, which was like, okay, you're done with high school. You're either going to go to college or you're going to get a job. So I went to college for a semester, and I went for communications and business. Didn't go well. I wasn't in the place in my life where I could really learn. I hadn't really re-taught myself how to learn. So I messed around. I did childish things. There was 3 months of a summer. I was 17, turning 18, and I actually, I thought it was a good idea. Quick money, hanging out in clubs. I got caught with 100 ecstasy pills. That was really difficult. It was really difficult knowing the intelligence that I have and the person that I am and hurting other people. When we hurt other people, it hurts ourselves. So I was at a point in my life where I knew I need to make decisions. I did a six-month boot camp program, and that wasn't hard. I'm strong. I can do it myself. Hurting others was the really difficult thing. So I started cooking, and that passion has led me to where I am now. And that passion, so from a very young age, I always thought that you needed to be a doctor or a lawyer or a scientist to really help people in life. And I always thought, I don't know if those are things that I can achieve. But I know now that in the restaurant and everybody in their everyday lives can help people. Help people through your actions and through your friendships and through the lights you love. In the restaurant, we help people every day. We help people. We go in and we do. See, we got some more things. Oh, wrong slide. So these are local ingredients. We'll go back to helping people in a second. I said I'm ADD, so we can see that we can see this is working here for me. But so. Really working with local ingredients, really letting the local ingredients shine is a great thing. This is a gnocchi sardi. I just was in New York for a couple of days cooking there, and it was a wonderful experience. And I love to let creativity shine. This creativity, this passion has helped me channel a lot of energies, has helped me use the gifts that I've been given to put them in a very positive direction. So this is a clam. This is a local Delaware clam. And we were thinking about what a clam chowder actually is. And thinking of the flavor of clam chowder and how could we make this clam sing. Now, clam chowder is usually cooked down and it can be heavy, where we wanted to do it in a multi-course tasting so that you get the same flavor and the same feeling as a chowder, but in a lighter presented way. This is just more beautiful food. I love to create tasting menus because you can really create an experience for somebody that has crescendos and decrescendos and can really, it's a moving piece. It's a moving piece. So at the restaurant, we ask 3 questions when people do tasting menus. We say, what do you love in season? Because we can highlight those things. What would you rather us stay away from? Because we can leave those things out. And do you have any allergies or intolerances? And we custom create food that's shining the best things with each season. More crab pictures, Delaware. This is a banana bread Foster. We've piped a little cream cheese. Instead of actually doing traditional bananas Foster, we've rethought it. Again, just really capturing the season. This is a dish where we used nature as the inspiration in all of the elements, but we kind of made it sing. This is the restaurant. I had a 10-year dream to have a restaurant before I was 30. When I was 29, we brought it to life. We made it happen. 18 months later, I got honored by James Beard as a Rising Star Chef of the Country, semifinalist. And I wasn't cooking for that. I didn't know if anybody was paying attention, or it doesn't really matter to me. What matters is that you're true to yourself and that you cook or you do the things that you love, or you cook the cuisine that you love that showcase your gifts the best. This is a guy we opened Grandpa Mac this summer. Grandpa Mac was my great-grandfather. He lived to 97 years old. He was the most generous person that I knew. And my brother and I, we started a fast casual that we're going to be able to use to feed people healthy food, which is fast, nutritious, and affordable. So families, everybody can eat it and enjoy. And I think pasta is a great way to connect people. We have soups and salads and other great things as well. So I give back now. It's super important for me to give back. There's nothing I can not do. It would be crazy for me not to. I've had so many great teachers in my life. I've had so many people help me with so many things. We work with so many nonprofit organizations. This is the Delaware Food Bank. This is somebody who came and interned with us. He was actually going through some troubled times himself, and letting young cooks come see cooking on a very high level in an environment which they really can thrive in. This is me on the beach this summer. We are teaching kids about how to freeze things and where natural product comes from. I think it's really important for a chef in modern times not just to cook food. I think it's I've taken it upon myself to also be an educator of food, where food has come from, the seasonality of food, nutritious contents, the science behind food. When you can show a child phase change through liquid nitrogen freezing of peach sorbet, when the peaches are in the perfect ripeness of season, you can really open kids' minds. You can open everybody's mind. You see this liquid, and then sorbet is made right before the eyes on the beach, and then you can taste the product of the season as well. So this is Grandpa Mac, and so far so good. We're having meetings about having our second location, which should hopefully happen next year. We hope to, there's this big thing right now that there's a lack of cooks and chefs, and I don't feel that's so, especially not in Delaware. I think there's a lot of people who haven't been exposed to the culture of cooking. Now, cooking's hard work. It isn't for everybody, but there are many people just like me who need to find focus and can find a direction and path, and cooking can really be their focus. It's going to be a lot of hard work. You won't make a lot of money for a long time. You'll get paid in the dividend of the smell of bread baking or bones roasting. You'll get paid in smile dollars of the people who are eating your food. Not everybody's the same. My wife has a master's in business. She's a beautiful mind and she's excellent, but she burns water, but it's okay, I can't find the checkbook nor balance it sometimes, but that's okay as well, because when we work hard and when we pursue our passions, happiness, excellence, and creativity can be reached. Thank you very much.